longer. 2, because I have my own web series called Job Hunters, and 3, because I'm a big old fan of the show. I'm going to pass it over to the panelists to explain their roles on the show.
I guess I'll go first. Hi, I'm Bernie Sue. I am the co-creator with Hank Green on the show. I am the showrunner, head writer, and I direct all the episodes so far.
Good job.
Thank you.
I'm Hank. I had the idea, and then I talked to Bernie about it when I was drunk. And he said it was a good idea, and he knew how to make things work. So we talked about it a lot, and then now I sort of like, I edit it, for one thing. Me and Michael Aranda both edit, but I edit most of them. He does it when I can't. And we sort of like talk about how it's all going to work and try to make it keep working. But mostly you keep it working, so thank you.
My name is Julia Cho, and I play Charlotte on the show.
I'm Laura Spencer, and I play Jade. Hi, I'm Mary Kate Wiles, and I play Lydia.
My name is Ashley Clements, and I'm Lucy. Every episode when I try to say, my name is Lizzie Bennet, I mess up.
So I know that you said the idea came in a drunk conversation, which is a good idea to do. Where did the actual inception of the idea come from, and how did it actually start?
I wasn't drunk when I had the idea. The idea came from me wanting to explore how you can tell stories through video blogs, because I love video blogs. I spend a lot of time doing and enjoying them. And I had seen Lonely Girl, but not really anybody do a video blog-based fiction project since then. Did your phone just ring, Christina Horner?
No, it's on the phone. One of your fault.
And I had a couple of ideas for that. The first was to write my own story, which was going to be about a high school where there was a lesbian couple who wanted to go to prom, and everybody freaked out. And there was a bunch of different people who were going to be in the story, and then I was like, no, this is hard, and I don't understand this story, and I don't like it. Just because I'm not very good at writing things from scratch like that. And then I was like, we should adapt something, and I talked to Jenny Powell, who's actually also, all right, there she is. She's a producer on the show. Adapt The Diary of Anne Frank into a video blog. And it'll be so horrible, like just amazing and beautiful and tragic, and then one day she just stops making videos. But because that was that idea, I decided not to do that. But I still don't like that idea. It's problematic also for legal reasons. And then Catherine, my wife, is a huge fan of Pride and Prejudice, and I thus have read and watched all of the things. And I knew that would be, it's really dialogue-based, really character-based, and so it felt like a really good way to explore that. And then once I had the idea, I sat on it for like more than a year with it eating away at my brain before I finally found Bernie to help me do it.
That is correct. I'll say that the night that Hank and I actually met was at the first performance for the Digitor in Mountain View, Google Mountain View, and we didn't know each other before that, and we met, and we were supposed to meet people like Shay Carl and Hazel Day, but we spent 3 hours breaking down how do you tell a book as a YouTube series, and that was the genesis of the project, right there.
Going along with that, I'm really interested in what it's like collaborating with each other on adapting a period piece into a modernized story. Do you ever struggle with taking the sort of antiquated themes and finding ways to make them relatable to a modern audience?
Yeah.
Well, one of the decisions we had really early on was whether or not we should do it, period. It was a very very fast decision, just to, or not modernize it because of costs and like things like Elizabeth Bennet in 1800 wouldn't have a video camera. Very simple things. And then when you bring it to the future, or the now rather, it becomes more like, well, they have things like cell phones and Facebook and cars, and that changes the world like drastically. There's no carriages that they get rained on and they get sick. You know the story, and stuff like that. So it became this. Most of our discussions actually, we talk pretty much weekly, if not a couple times a week, about the show. It's like, how would we cover this in this era? Like, what is the version of the ball, for example? Like, people don't go to balls anymore, but that's how this whole thing starts. It's in a ball. So what's the ball? And it became, well, it was like, should it be like a cocktail party? And then should like, well, people don't dance at a cocktail party. And should it be like a club? It's like, well, kids don't bring their parents to a club. And so then became the wedding. So that's an example of something that we kind of adapted. Just hopefully, there was a lot of thought that went into every decision.
It's interesting how there are a lot of modern analogs for this stuff. Like the way that there are things I don't want to spoil you on, so I can't talk about all of it. But with these antiquated things, you have to find like what is the the modern analog of Mr. Collins. Like what is that, and how do we make that modern? Where some like well-respected normal person isn't going to marry some dude because he's got the method to have her have a more comfortable life. Like, that's just ridiculous to us, thank goodness. And also things like how do we make Lizzie's mom totally obsessed with marriage and have it not seem really. So we had her be very, sort of an anachronistic person. We made her from a culture, and there were a couple of cultures that I think we had to pick from in America that are still like really pushy, and the Deep South is, I feel like, still one of them.
We haven't heard from the actors yet. I would love to know. I know a lot of you guys come from backgrounds more in traditional stage or TV or commercials or things like that. Did any of you guys have any sort of vlogging background, or was it something that was totally new to you?
That was new to me. And I've joked with Bernie about this, actually. I don't even think, when I auditioned, I hadn't seen that much vlogging, and I really didn't get what they wanted me to do. I don't know how they cast me, because what I did in my audition is not Lizzie now. And our first rehearsal was sort of terrifying, because Bernie was like, so this is what it is. And I was like, what now? What is it? What are we doing? And I had to learn to vlog. I feel kind of like Inception-y with this, because like, I'm Ashley, I play Lizzie, and then Lizzie has a vlogging persona that like, that's something that, I got from Hank, and Hank made me a special video about how to vlog. It's a private line. Although he did actually do Lizzie's lines in it, it was amazing. And that was a process for me. I started studying bloggers and watching. I watched a lot of like Daily Grace and Jenna Marbles, and I watched a lot of Vlog Brothers. Yeah, I'd say that was sort of the biggest reach of this character, was that I had to learn to vlog, and I would say that the first day on set, it was hard. But like, it's become something that's sort of more second nature to me now. But at first I was like, oh right, no, I have to have that vlogging thing, I have to have like, because I just wanted to be kind of more like laid back and cool and TV acting and stuff. And that's not how people vlog, and it wouldn't all be that interesting if they did. So that was definitely a journey for me, but a really, really fun one, so.
Yeah, the hair stuck on it. No, I don't think any of us really knew a whole lot about that. I mean, web series themselves are kind of a new thing, and this is without a doubt, like, it has never been done before, which is really cool for us. But I think it's cool because I feel like we have really developed a style that's like very, very much ours. I don't think I would ever use that sort of acting style or auditioning for something else. I don't know if you ladies agree with me, but to watch us do it now, it comes very naturally, and it's kind of crazy.
For a lot of vloggers, myself included, we do sort of play a role when we turn on the camera. We play a version of ourselves, but essentially at the end of the day, it's still us. what is it like having that really intimate conversation with your fans, but playing someone completely different?
Awesome. It's cool. I mean, it's something that kind of was really hard for me to get the hang of at first, and now, like I said, it feels really kind of more natural. I don't know, it's really fun to do. It's really fun, and being this character who has all of these ways that fans can interact with her, is so cool because I get to see how much people relate to her and how much people like her, and then then we do the Q&A episodes, and I get to respond to things, and that's really, really fun. And I think too, one of my favorite things about playing Lizzie are the moments when we see a little bit more of the vlogging persona crack, when something hits her. I think the first time that happened was after Darcy said some not nice things to her. And I look forward to more opportunities where we sort of see that, Lizzie's very flawed, and I love that about her.
I think it's that whole, like you said, a vlogger is still very much themselves, and yet there's this kind of layer of this vlog persona. And I think what we do is we really kind of have these, we focus on getting characters down. So when we vlog, it's these characters as real people speaking to their audience. And yeah, I think that's the work that we focus on, to really kind of become these characters. So then it's Charlotte, it's James, Lydia, Lizzie addressing you guys.
Web series is sort of new in the YouTube world, and I feel like a lot of your guys' fans are fans of vloggers, and they're really used to that. Do you feel like there's a disconnect between people being fans of you, the actor, and your character in the show? And does it affect your online presence at all?
A lot of people think Lizzie Bennet is real. and she is in our hearts. I don't know that affects my performance. I'm incredibly flattered when people tell me that it feels like a real vlog. But every now and then there are comments where people are like, "This seems scripted." It is. So I don't know that I think that much about that aspect of it, because a lot of stuff to think about, and I don't know.
Well, think of this. Each of these characters, or each of these actors have their own Twitter accounts, and each of them have characters that have their own Twitter accounts. And the Twitter accounts for the characters, the visual characters, completely just dwarfs what your actual Twitter following is.
Which is crazy, and I always want to be like, Lydia, I made you who you are! Then I said, Mary Kate, chill out, hold on. I think I remember you saying one time, if I can be anonymous, then I've done my job. That is the point, is for you guys. I mean, obviously you know who I am because you're here and you're looking at me. But if I am playing, hi, my name is Mary Kate Wiles. If there are fans that just love Lydia and don't even think about me as an actor, then my job is done. Then I have done my job, and that's the point. Did I say that I've done my job? That's what I meant.
I also feel like that's an opportune moment to point out that the Kitty Bennet has more Twitter followers than anyone else.
She's my cat. I own her. Tensions are high in the apartment right now. I'm just saying.
So something I wanted to talk about is that a week or two ago, Hank posted a video of outtakes on your second channel. And I, just out of curiosity, read the comments because when I watched it, it felt very weird. It felt very seeing behind the curtain, and I didn't really like it, even though I knew that the show is fictional. It still felt really weird, and a lot of people in the comments felt the same way. What was your reaction to that?
Well, I had to make a decision. So first I'll tell you why I made the decision, is because I really liked that video. because I get to see behind the curtain every time, because I watch all of the footage and all of the takes, and it's and at the same, it's still like when I watch, at the end of it, I feel like I'm watching an episode of the show that I like. I don't feel like I'm watching I feel like I'm watching a thing that I edited too. I'm thinking about, did I do that well? Should I fix that? But I don't, it doesn't ruin it for me. So I assumed it wouldn't ruin it for everybody else. And so I wanted to put that up there because it's just funny, and I just like to see people being, you know, like let that out there a little bit. And I'm sure if we ever do a DVD or something,